So is that going below the 49? Yeah, it dropped below. Okay, so every time that I put on Facebook chat as an extra chat, it slows everything down. So maybe if I put it in 720p... So if I put on Facebook as an extra thing, it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad now, but it's lagging a bit. It's frustrating. Yeah, it's lagging. Every time I put fucking Facebook chat on. So it seems having Facebook on is that extra chat, that extra thing on is annoying. Fucking hell. Oh, there we go. Now it's back to normal. I think it's back to normal. It's back up to normal now. Every time I put Facebook on as an extra chat, as an extra streaming, it causes lag. Wasn't doing that before, although it was weird. I had it on 720p before, so maybe that's it. So having YouTube and the other one on there, it's fine. It's when I put the third one on that it lags mostly. At least I think. It's kind of annoying because it was working fine before. I had it on 720p before, though, mind you. I went up to 1080p now, so. My processor is pretty good, so I shouldn't have much problem with it. Didn't have the problem before, it's weird, it's only just cropped up now. Or it seems to be when I'm using Facebook chat, so maybe it's related to Facebook chat, Facebook live streaming, maybe. So... Seems to be lagging mostly on fucking XSplit. It's a fucking annoying time. I can notice little... Yeah, it just dropped below the frame rate now. Even with doing it on two sides. Fucking ridiculous. It drops. Sometimes it'll drop below the frame rate, sometimes it won't. Maybe it's a driver issue. Could be a driver issue, maybe. Yeah, because it's dropping below it now. That doesn't seem to matter, it does drop below that occasionally. It's fucking annoying. Hold on. Fucking frustrating now. You're alive. Could be a driver issue, maybe, with the AMD Ryzen. It seems to be working for the most part, but it's a little bit annoying. The frame rate drops, peaks and stuff like that. I reinstalled my Elgato software, so it's not the Elgato software that's the problem. peaks, especially when I'm running a lot of stuff at once. I wasn't doing that before. It's weird though. It's only just started doing that now. But I think I know the reason why is because stupid fucking it's probably a combination of the frame rate and everything else, and probably a combination of new drivers and stuff for the AMD stuff. Fucking hell, that really takes the frame rate out of it, doesn't it? It's not so bad. It's not so bad when I'm just streaming on two sides, but it's worse when I'm streaming across three. Mind you, I'm on 1080p. I was on 720p before, so that could be another reason as well. Could be another reason why it's been a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's annoying because some things work, some things don't, so it's kind of annoying. I was not having a problem doing it in 720p though. That's kind of weird. I had no problems doing it in 720p. It's just 1080p, up the ante a little bit, 60 frames. What I might do is I might reset to 720p. I don't know. Sort of weird. Frustrating, really. I wasn't having this problem with 720p, so maybe I'll go back to 720p. Most mobile screens anyway only go to a certain degree of it anyway. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Now I'm on 720p. Is it still gonna drop below the frame rate? It's still fucking lag. It still seems like it's laggy, but well, it's not dropping it below it as much. Yeah, it's not as bad. Right. That seems a bit better. So I'm going to say that 720p is the better option at the moment, because I lose a few frames and stuff and things like lagging in 1080p at the moment. See, that's actually pretty good. So being in 720p actually works a lot better for me, to be honest. It's rather frustrating. I wish I could do 1080p, but at the moment it's too much stress across 3 different sites. I mean, if I was just doing it to Twitch and that's only Twitch, it'd be alright, but I'm doing it across 3 different sites at the moment, so that's the main reason it's stressful on the computer. I wish I could do 1080p. I can do 1080p, but it stresses the computer out at the moment, so 720p seems like the better option, I guess, at the moment, so that's the main reason it's stressful on the computer. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good now in comparison to what it was before. It was falling below the frame rate all the time. Yeah, it's pretty good now in comparison to what it was falling below the frame rate all the time. Alright, cool. So yeah, I got a bit drunk last night and I was fucking annoyed with how this fucking it was probably lagging, that's probably what it was. On top of that, the Elgato program didn't seem to be working properly, so it's probably what annoyed the fuck out of me. voices in my head. Yeah. Stealing. You remind me. It's probably been a pain in the ass, so that's alright. That's not a problem. I can do it on 720p. I just was hoping to do it on 1080p, but apparently it only works really across 2 sites on 1080p. I can do 720p and I can do like 1, 2, 3. I can do 3 streams across 720p. So, mind you, I don't know. I reckon some people look at this on a mobile, so 720p is sufficient enough for it. Sufficient enough for it, as far as I know. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I could do 1080p, but I'd have to do it across 2 sites. Because at the moment, 3 sites is a bit too much. Mind you, if I wanted to do it across 3 sites, probably should have got a Threadripper or something like that. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. There might be just a bit of a driver issue as well, with the frame rates and stuff like that. Sometimes XSplit can be a pain in the ass for some things. It can work for some things, and then some things it doesn't. It's a little bit inefficient sometimes. Mind you, if it was just specifically, if I was doing it cross just specifically at Twitch and only Twitch, which I don't have enough Twitch followers to do that, it'd be alright. So. Mind you, Facebook's not required. It doesn't require Facebook or anything like that, but I like doing it across Facebook, so maybe I'll switch it up and do it in 1080p sometimes. Just switch it around, maybe. I've been gone, every battle. Frame rate dips, always annoying. Now, the question is, I think it's starting okay. Let me just have a look. true. It's weird, it was working well before, so I don't understand why it's been a pain in the ass now. Because there's a hardware encoder built into the Elgato box. So. Okay. Director mode.
Oh my god.
It's rather fucking annoying that I can't do it in 1080p, but well, I can do it in 1080p, but I have to do it. I have to do it across 2 sites instead of 3, because 3 sites just lags everything out on this. It's kind of frustrating, but oh, there's not much I can do about it. This process is pretty good though. It works pretty well. So 720p across 3 different sites is pretty good. Can't complain too much. Ah, fuck's sake. It's not dropping below that 60 frames per second, which is what it should be doing. It's not dropping below that 60 frames per second. It's not lagging out too much. So. Could be the drivers too. The drivers might be in the infamousy. Some of the being a new CPU and everything else, and more optimizations to come and things like that. So might be just a case of waiting for the drivers to be optimized. Probably, most likely. What do we like for temperatures? CPUs, 47, 45. Okay, so then the temperatures aren't too bad. I was thinking about getting water cooling for this chip, to be honest. I was kind of, because I want to overclock it and things like that, so I just need to get the bracket, that's all. So I have to pick up the bracket, but the problem is I'm going to find out where the bracket is, that's all. See, it's not too bad at the moment. Chip-wise, the temperature's pretty good, so I'm not going to complain too much about the temperatures. I think it's like 46 at the moment. Get on board a train. good. Which seems to be sufficient enough to cool the chip. What, 49? What do you call it? It's 49 or 47 degrees, so not too bad. How much should be usage of money? That's not too bad. 16 threads. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the air cooling so far, but I might just get a water cooler just in case. I don't know. Also might update the BIOS as well. I need to update the BIOS on this as well. Which, that's alright, that's not a problem. Alright, I'm gonna go and do a BIOS update anyway. I'll be right back.